Today I have a review on a couple of products new to me, sent to me by Lantern and Wren. And the first one is this double-ended sponge wand. One is a little bit pointier end, and one is sort of just more round. And I quite like these. I've been experimenting a little bit on using these, and I'm using them with a white acrylic paint here, and trying to sort of recreate a design that Yagala did using these as well. And so what I've done on my other fingers is just sort of played around with this. And what I found on the first finger I did on my index finger is my acrylic paint was a little bit too thick and opaque. So I ended up just putting a little bit of water on the sponge, on the end of the sponge here, to water it down a little bit. And so what I do is just dip the very end into the acrylic paint, and then I added a little bit more water here, and it actually added a little bit too much water, so I'm dabbing it on paper towel right now. And so again, dip, and then just sort of pat that until you have the consistency you like, and then just sort of sponge that onto the nail. And instead of using a plain black cream like Yagala did, I am using a black magnetic. And I'm using this one, Bow Polish, in Surrender, and you can see the magnetic effect there. It's a black with a silver effect there. So I have used that sponging effect on all my fingers. I already had liquid latex on, the Manny Defender from Lantern and Wren as well. And now I'm using this Born Pretty plate L014 because I'm going to take this design and put it in the corners like Yagala did. And I'm using this black polish from Corazon Kaleidoscope. So taking my trusty stamper here, and my favorite Creative Shop stamper scraper, and okay, and I'm just putting it in that corner like so. And I clean off my stamper on a lint roller. Then I'm going to clean off my plate. And do it again for the other side. Okay. Then I'm going to use this silicone tool again to just sort of break the seal between the stamping polish on my nail and the the stamping polish on my liquid latex. And I'm gonna carefully peel this off. And I'm going to show you a review of this other item I received from Lantern and Wren, which is the Faburnails cleanup brush. And I played around with it a little bit earlier, and I really quite like it. So what I like about it is very stiff. The bristles are very stiff, which gives you a lot of control over where it goes, and how much you can sort of scrub at the areas that you want to clean up. So I quite like this brush a lot. And it may seem a little big to some of you guys who are used to maybe using a smaller cleanup brush, but it's got really good control. Like, it's slanted a little bit, so if you needed to, like around the corners, you can just use the very end of this brush to get to those corners, and it really does give you a nice amount of control over what you need to do. So the last thing I'm going to do to this nail is apply a top coat and then apply the magnet again. So all right, and then apply the magnet. And when I have the top coat on, I usually apply it for about 30 to 40 seconds, just so that it really stays in the pattern I want it to. And there you go. I think that's really cool because the stamping sort of disappears in and out of the magnetic effect, and then it sort of disappears as it fades from the white to the black as well. Thanks for watching.